Uncertainty equals unsafe, and our brains still function like that. You need to get excited about doing things out of your comfort zone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Alishba. This should be my second YouTube video, I think. So today I just wanted to have a discussion type conversation about how our brains are actually holding us back. Now, this came to my mind while getting up for the gym one morning, and I found it especially hard this day to get out of bed because I just was feeling tired and I was like, okay, I just want to sleep. I don't want to get up. And I started to think about how my mind is not here to make me successful. And I got up right away. When I thought about that, I got up instantly. And I went to the gym. And then at the gym, I was thinking about this idea of how our brains are wired for safety. Our brains are wired for comfort. They are not wired for anything that makes you successful. Now, my definition of successful is how at any given point in time, how in line you are with your own values and beliefs and goals. So it has nothing to do with what other people say successful is. It's just your own values and goals. I don't think our brains are made to help us in this process of becoming successful. And the reason I say this, I am actually a neuroscience psychology student right now in university. I have learned a lot about the brain and its wiring and how it works. And technically, what the brain is just an organ there to evolutionarily protect us from harm and to keep us surviving, reproducing, and out of harm's way. Now, the reason this gets in the way of manifestations and success in the way that I said is because it's wired for comfort. Sitting in a closed space like your room, in the comfort of your blanket with food all around you, access to all the food in the world is the safest position your brain and any human or animal could possibly be in. Now, this may be safe and comfortable, but will that lead you to be successful? No. If anything, it'll lead you to the opposite of your goals because you're constantly staying in safety, away from risk, and away from opportunities that could take you on to another level of life. It's just your brain is not wired for making you successful. Now, if you want to be successful and you know that you have bigger things that you want to do for yourself and in life, your brain's not necessarily helping you in that. Now, I want to talk about how to not fix it, but how to use this to your advantage. So, a lot of times I put it into perspective about how my brain is saying one thing and my heart wants me to be successful and knows what I want deep down, my values and my goals. So sometimes it's that you need to have the discernment to be like, is my brain actually protecting me or is it afraid of something unknown? And I should be listening to my heart and what I deeply know that I need. There's also that discernment of knowing what is actually unsafe and what is unknown. So, another thing is if you think about animals out in the wild, unknown equals unsafe, uncertainty equals unsafe. And our brains still function like that. And that's how we've stayed alive for so long because anything unknown can possibly result in danger, predator, whatever, lack of food, and that can lead to death. So your brain stop you from getting into uncertain situations. Now, you can only grow and experience new things and get to a different level in life from being in those situations where you're uncertain, you're trying something new, and the outcome is different from what you have been doing. So it's just straightforward. It's science that you have to train your brain into keeping its mouth shut when you're doing things that are not actually unsafe, but just out of your comfort zone. You need to get excited about doing things out of your comfort zone. And that's what I did when I suddenly got up for the gym and I jumped out because I knew my bed was comfy, but I wasn't going to succeed staying in my bed every day. My brain would be happy, but my body wouldn't. And this goes, it's the same for any goal or relationship or anything that you want in life. If you think about it, every single good thing in your life has come from you taking a risk, you doing something you haven't done before, and you putting yourself out there. So don't underestimate the power of getting out of your comfort zone. Take advantage of it, if anything, and teach your brain that uncertainty is safe, that you will be fine no matter what. Keep doing the hard things and build that confidence and trust in yourself to do those things to the point where your brain goes, wow, actually, I didn't know the outcome of this, but even though it went wrong, I was still fine. I still had shelter, food, and family and loved ones, and I am fine. So it's about constantly training your brain by doing the hard thing into realizing that the hard thing does not mean danger. That was just my thought process. Leave anything you think in the comments below. I love to have this discussion with people. I hope it helped somebody out. If it did, please give me a subscribe. I'm going to start posting more regularly and sort of like unedited videos like this. Just as I get thoughts, philosophical thoughts, scientific thoughts, mostly to do with motivation and just life paths and things that I learned being a student and a girl in my 20s. I'm just going to post as I think of things. So make sure you drop a subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much.